Next we have Sam Seiple, GlekOak class of 1979 for swimming. Sam Seiple was a 4-year letterman at GlekOak High School. He was a 12-time All-American, 2-time state champion, and state record holder in the 200 medley relay, a 3-time MVP and NEAC Swimmer of the Year from 1977 to 1979. Coming out of high school, Sam was ranked in the top 10 in the nation in the 100 butterfly. He earned a scholarship to Florida State University, where he played from 1979 to 1983 and was a 3-time MVP and team captain. Sam was also an NCAA Division I National Championship qualifier, and in 1984 he represented Florida State at the Olympic trials in the 100 butterfly. He began his coaching career in Houston, Texas, where he developed a master team that won a national championship. Sam moved back to the Canton area where he manages the C.T. Brandon Natatorium and coaches many area swimmers. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sam Seiple.
Well, I have to start off by saying my wife told me when we were getting dressed to make sure that I put my suit on. I think she was worried I was going to wear my swimsuit tonight, but this is what I came up with. I'd like to thank Tom Brapson, Scott Garcia, the GlekOak Eagle Athletic Association, Plain local residents, board members, administration, and staff for developing the GlekOak Hall of Fame. It's an honor to be inducted into this inaugural class of 2010, and I really enjoyed the football game and the tour last night of the school. When we were given the tour yesterday, the only thing that came to my mind when we were in the theater, and those of you that went to the old Glenwood on 44th Street, all I kept picturing was, boy, the teachers back then would enjoy paddling all of us up on that stage in front of more students. Back then, they were allowed to carry paddles. I would like to congratulate all the GlekOak athletes that are going into this inaugural class. Follow many of your careers. What such a great group of athletes. You're leaders in your sport in our community. I would also like to show the new superintendent. I printed up a little pass for him today. Last night, we almost didn't get allowed on the field because of the lady didn't know who he was. So, superintendent, I have your field pass there. I'd like to honor my parents today for sacrificing so much of your time sitting in hot swimming pools, driving me around the state and the country, and providing me with everything I've ever needed to help me attain my goals. Thank you to my sisters, Sue and Sherry, who sat in those hot stands and cheered for me every single meet. I would also like to thank my wife, Jolinda, for understanding the long hours that I put in at the C.T. Brandon Natatorium, and to my daughter, Christine, who is not here tonight. She attends Oakland University in Michigan, and she is a swimmer, and it makes me so proud when I sit in the stands and watch her enjoy the sport that has brought me so many memories. I'd also like to have a special thank you to my friend Bev Stevenson. You're a very special friend of mine. You and Ed have always been special to me ever since I was a little boy with zinc oxide on my nose. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'll also like to thank Tom Chapini and his wife Debbie for showing up tonight. He was a boss in the past of mine from Kansas City schools. He is my biggest fan, and thank you so much for your support over the years, and everyone should have a boss like you. As I look back at my years at playing local schools, I can remember so many people that helped me pave my way to success. Mr. Schroeder, 6th grade elementary at William R. Day. 6th grade camp, he challenged me over and over and over again in ping pong. He would actually have one hand behind his back. Eventually, I proved him wrong, and I did beat him. Or Mr. Putnam in 7th grade. I actually tried football for the first time. I had played every other sport growing up, so I wanted to try football for the first time. I was about a week late starting football season, so the equipment manager gave me a uniform that was 2 sizes too big. My helmet was too big, my pads were too big, and my pants were too big. I only got in one game at Taft, but my biggest memory of football is when I was in practice, I was the tight end. They called my play dump pass to the tight end on 3. I ran, turned around, the ball was there. I turned around and started sprinting down that field, 70 yards, looking out through the ear hole of my football helmet. I will never forget it. Or Mr. Brady, 7th grade track. This is when I learned to stay focused, trust in my coach, and enjoy sports and have fun. Mr. Brady had me anchor the 4x100 relay in a driving rainstorm. The track was flooded, and I'm standing on the corner all by myself. Mr. Brady came up to me before this and said, "Sam, we wanted you to anchor this leg and to forget about the rain. Just remember, we have you anchor leg because we all know that you can swim. So if you have to, go ahead and swim to the finish line." It's a true story. After my 7th grade year, I stuck to swimming, as you all can see why. I came up through Brandhaven Swim Club in the Canton YMCA program with an outstanding coach named Bill Sterling. Bill Sterling coached me for 7 years, leading me up and preparing me for my high school career. As I entered Glen Oak, I was fortunate to have one of the best high school coaches in the country, Rob Snowberger. Rob had built the program to a state powerhouse. My freshman year was one of my most memorable seasons, coming in as a freshman, having the opportunity to join Chris McAdam, Dave Hamlin, and Pat Luby in the medley relay. We won the state title, we set the state record, we set a school record, and we beat St. Xavier. But then I had to say goodbye to Rob as he moved on and continued his coaching career at the University of Alabama. My next 3 years, I was coached by Dick Hamilton, which continued the great success of the Aqua Eagles. My sophomore year, we replaced Pat Luby at the anchor leg with Tom Shear, and we once again won the state title, set a state record, and set the school record, which still stands today, 33 years later. For those of you that know me and followed my career, my junior year is still the most memorable to everyone in the state except myself. That is the year that I was seated first coming into state championships, and I got disqualified in the 53 for a false start. It was in my hometown, and the Canton Repository put that on the front page of the newspaper. But this moment in 1978 is what made my coaching career. I know how I felt after that moment, but I knew I still had 2 more events to go that day. So I said, "Sam, I have to stay focused, forget about it, and get ready for my other 2 events." How many times do coaches tell you, learn from it and move on? And that's what I did. I still preach that to all my athletes today. Funny story, I am the state tournament director for the Ohio High School State Swimming Championships, and the official that DQ'd me that day works for me now. My senior year was great, finishing in the top 3 in 2 events and being ranked in the top 10 in the country. And the biggest joy for me was signing at the Florida State University. As I look back in my high school career, I had so many staff members that played a huge role to me as a student athlete. I'm very disappointed with myself that I should have thanked these people a long time ago, but I am so glad I am able to do it today. Mr. Granchi, Mr. Garmo, Mr. Isler, Mr. Harding, Mr. Gravilla, and Senor Ramos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, muchas gracias. Your relationship with me helped me more than you will ever know in and out of the pool. I will never forget all of your support and guidance you all gave me. I've always remembered each of you giving me a handshake or a pat on the back, telling me what a great job I did. Now that I'm a coach and administrator for Kansas City Schools and Canton McKinley, you have taught me how more important it is just to do the little things for a student, because to them it is huge. I've told my wife that I wanted to call each of you and express my sincere appreciation I have for all of you. And to see all of you show up here tonight, wow. Plain Local is very lucky to have such great role models. Thank you, all of you. For the past 26 years, I've had the opportunity to coach so many great swimmers. I've coached Olympic trial swimmers, national world record holders, national champions, state champions, and many great age group swimmers. By far, coaching the past 26 years has been more rewarding to me than any of my personal accomplishments. Another major importance in my life is to give back to my school, my community, and my charitable organizations that are meaningful to me. I have raised over $100,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I've raised over $65,000 for the Live Strong Foundation and $1,500 for the Canton Calvary Mission. I've always tried to educate my swimmers how important it is to give back. The memories that I have from high school days are some of the best, and this night will be amongst the top. In closing, once again, thank you so much for this outstanding award. And my friend Lance Armstrong says, unity is strength, knowledge is power, attitude is everything. Live strong each day of your life and make a difference in someone else's. Thank you very much.